So, Captain, good afternoon.
Okay.
This interview is in respect of the NNSL website project.
Okay.
Please state your parentage, your place of birth, state, and your early education before joining the NNSL.
My name is Capt Ogbonnaya, Chima. I heard of NNSL, National Shipping Line, from the newspaper.
Okay.
And I saw the advert for Nigerians to go through nautical training studies in the UK, in Ghana, and thereabouts. And I applied.
What year was this?
This was 1974. Yeah? And then I applied and I was called for interview. Initially, it wasn't too clear whether one was going to the UK or going to Ghana, but whichever way was welcome anyway.
Okay.
Eventually, I was selected, and the groups were groups. Some to leave for the UK, some to leave for Ghana. My name showed up in the list of those who will be going for the Ghana. Trying to remember what name they were calling them. Ghana
Nautical College?
Nautical College. All necessary preparations were done in terms of passports, securing of visa, and we were split into two. Some of us then left for Accra, Ghana, and then the other groups left for the UK. And we were there, and then joined the nautical school in Ghana.
Yeah.
It was a pre-C, what was then called pre-C Nautical College. Pre-C Nautical College. And we had one academic year there. And then we then returned to National Shipping Line and joined the ships. Where in Ghana?
Where did you join your ship?
Here in Lagos. My first vessel was the River Etiop.
Okay.
River Etiop was my first vessel. And I joined for sea training.
Yeah.
Sea training. And but in Ghana, it was quite an academic exercise. It was a lot of then the subjects that we've never heard of, nautical subjects. I will equate the training, the academic experience there was something you may equate to an A level. I could see it because then the maths was more than O level.
Yeah.
The physics was more than O level. And then there were new subjects that were introduced which we never had, like navigation, chart work, and these were subjects that were not of O level. So we were really prepared. We were then equipped to go on board and going on board, we already had a bit of the professional language, as now cadets.
Throughout the period, you never entered the ship.
Throughout the period when I was in Ghana,
Ghana.
I think we made visits.
Okay.
We made visits to some of the Nigerian vessels and some of the Black Star Line vessels.
Okay.
I remember very well that from the college in Ghana, I visited What's the name of the vessel? If I remember it now. One of the first old ones. I visited there, just a day trip to the school.
Organized by the school?
Yes, yeah. Some of us just went to familiarize ourselves with the ship and its management.
Okay.
Something like that. I'm trying to remember the name of that vessel. But I think it was the first NNSL vessel. It was one of the oldest. Right?
Maybe that's why we can hear you.
Okay, one of the vessels. So we went there and we were taking around the vessel.
Who took you around? The captain?
We first landed at the chief officer's office.
Okay.
The chief officer took us to the captain.
Okay.
And thereafter, we came back to the chief officer, and the chief officer delegated one of his officers. I think it was the second mate.
Okay.
So the second mate now took us around the vessel, and after that, we returned to the college.
Explaining, people were explaining.
Training, the ship, its cargo capacity, dispositions of crews, a little bit of engine room, but not in depth. But because we're deck officers that visited, so they showed us more of the deck and the navigation bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a good day, and after that we returned to the college.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, can we now, at least now you have an employer in school, can we talk a little about your career with NNSL, how you adjusted to the job, after schooling?
Yeah, it's an experience that was not there before.
Yeah.
You understand? I finished O level and had job with the civil service in Umuahia.
Okay.
What
was the branch of the civil service?
Administrative, really, because I was in. It was then called. This was then 1970. I joined the civil service 1970. I worked 72, 73 and left 74 in Umuahia.
Okay. What was the name of the office you were working in?
I was in the treasury department. They found me a little bit good in numbers, and not that I did. Of course, I was reading on my own. I was then reading Institute of Secretaries, and that had to do, one of the subjects was accounting.
I see.
So the moment they had that, I had a little bit of accounting. They placed me in the treasury.
Okay.
And
that was East Central State.
East Central State, yes.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah.
So you have told us how you went into seafaring and all that. Who were your peers, your colleagues?
My peers, then my colleagues,
seniors.
My colleagues, like I said initially, by the time we finished the recruitment interview, we split into two.
Yeah.
Not basically whether this is the best or not the best, but the moment National Shipping Line decided on the number to take, we were more than 10.
Okay.
We were just split. So with Ishola, there was one of us. He left for Liverpool.
Yeah.
I left for Ghana. Adude left for Southampton.
Okay.
Captain Chuku, who is not here with us here, is in Aba, left for Southampton. Another colleague of mine, Jumbo, joined me in Ghana. We were in Ghana. Captain Jumbo is still around. He is working for Mobile.
Did you have any bosom friends?
Bosom friend, Jumbo was my friend, yeah. Captain Jumbo is still my friend.
Only him?
I'd say, not really. I have Captain Wambu. He's also retired like myself.
Okay.
Captain Wambu, they were the set following us. Alawo was, we were mates, but he left for, they put him in the group that went to Southampton.
Yes.
Okay, seniors to us were people like Captain, he's in Warren now. Namdi. Nigerian, by the way, was my colleague, but he also was in the group that left for Liverpool. Okay. Chris. But we're the same set.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were there any incidents at that early age which you still remember? Any incidents of any type? Negative or positive? Any face off with anybody?
Not really, except for some colleagues who couldn't cope.
Like
with
who?
I remember his name now, he was a neighbor boy.
Okay.
He left because he said he didn't know that this, he thought he was just going to go traditional studies, go there, study, take exams, and come back. He didn't like the idea of going to sea. He said the sea sickness was getting
on. Do you know his name? Okay.
Yes, I can't remember.
Okay. So he couldn't cope with it.
He couldn't cope. He couldn't cope with the exercises.
When was the first? You say you couldn't remember your first ship?
My first ship is Ethiopia.
And where did you embark on?
Okay, the one I said I visited in the port of Tema is King Jaja.
King Jaja, okay.
That's the vessel that I visited in Tema, yeah.
And so, but the vessel you said on first was Ethiopia. And where did you embark on that vessel?
Lagos.
In Lagos.
Yeah. We graduated in Ghana and returned to Lagos.
Okay.
And again, they started posting us.
When you returned to Lagos, did you return to an office?
No, we reported back to National Shipping Line. That is, yes. What do you call it? We had we reported to the Director of Operations.
Okay.
Then that operation sent us to the Marine Department.
Okay.
And then the Marine Department started now. They started earmarking us for vessels. We say, okay, when this vessel arrives, you'll be joining this vessel. You, when this vessel arrives, and that's how we are all distributed.
So before the vessel arrived, you will be in the office?
Oh yeah, you come, you report to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And generally,
yeah,
you hang around?
Hang around them, but because we were not office staff,
yeah,
we weren't really given an office.
Okay.
We will come report and be with them maybe 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Until that vessel arrives.
Once the vessel arrives, you'll be given a letter to the captain as a joining cadet.
So when you arrived on a vessel the first day you arrived, how did it go?
For me, I was looking. Some of us were really looking forward to that.
So
I was one of those looking forward to that.
Yes.
So the moment we arrived, they were just. The letter goes to the captain. Normally, you see the chief officer first.
Okay.
And then we just go to the chief officer. Chief officer will take the letter from us, and then go to his captain, and then probably later on we're invited for the captain to. Welcome us aboard, and then the chief officer will now give us a cabin.
Okay. And, so you will go home and get your things?
Yeah, you go home. The next day, you are now told, go and take your things. This is your home now.
Okay.
And
so you did that. How did you part with your wife, your family? Were you
married?
Not married. You were not married. Okay. So
where
were you staying then in Lagos?
I had an uncle.
You had an uncle. Okay. So you told him that the following day you are leaving for the port.
I don't think any of us was married at that time.
Okay.
We were just young boys.
So how did your uncle pass?
Everybody was happy because, I mean, in those days when you hear that a relation of yours, either for studies or for whatever, is going to Europe, everybody's happy, even if you don't know.
Did they do any send-off for you? Or
No.
Okay. So
You're just happy that you are leaving.
okay. So the following morning you took your bags and you were off.
Yeah.
And you never went back again until you sailed.
No. You come, they give you a cabin.
Yeah.
Let's begin to integrate you into the ship life and things. But at the close of the day, depending on how many days the person is going to be in port, they tell you can go home, but make sure you are back to the ship before 7 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
So it wasn't as severe. The severance wasn't that so stressful.
Okay.
You come on board, follow them. Then, of course, you meet some cadets there.
Okay.
They will also familiarize you, and then at the end of closing of the day's work, you go home.
Go back to your house in town?
Oh yeah.
Okay, but what was the need since they can take care of you in the ship?
Okay. You are just given that option. If you decide to sleep, you have a cabin.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but if you want to go home,
but for you were going home every day until.
I won't say it's every day because then we were told you were going to work with this officer, and if he's on night duty, you have to wait. You have
to meet him. Yes.
Yeah. If he's or he's working from day from so time to so time, you just attach yourself to that officer. Maybe a third officer, maybe also a fellow senior cadet, a cadet, who is around. So you are just being introduced into the lifestyle on board the ship.
And when you report in the morning, what do you do?
Very well, they begin to teach you the cadet's job.
Yes.
And the cadet's job being that in the morning, first thing in the morning, you go and check at the flags that you have brought down the previous day. You hoist them up.
Yeah.
You understand me? And then you follow the officer who is working. You go up to the bridge. You check. You look at your compass. If it is something you need to brasso, you brasso it. They just begin to teach you those cadet jobs, and then you follow your officer wherever he's going. You are following him.
Yeah.
If there's cargo work, you follow him.
Yes.
He will be sending you on errands. It was like you're understudying him.
Yes.
That officer.
Yes.
And then they will tell you times for meal and things like that. It was quite interesting. And the officers on board the ship then were very, very, very nice people. But the more they can integrate you into the day's routine job, the better for them, because you will then be relieving them.
And then how long did this last before the vessel sailed?
It depends on how many days the vessel was going to stay in the port.
No, I mean yourself.
My own was, I think we stayed another 10 days.
In Lagos. And after that the vessel sailed.
We sailed.
Where did he sail to?
We sailed to Tema.
Okay.
In Ghana. Yeah.
Okay.
From there, we went there. We loaded some coca bags.
Okay.
I still remember that very well. And then we had about 3 days in Ghana. And then we sailed again. From Ghana, we went to Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Yeah. In Sierra Leone, another 2 days. From Sierra Leone, we sailed to Senegal, to Banjul.
Okay.
Banjul in Senegal. I know in Gambia.
Yeah.
And then from Banjul straight to the UK, Tilbury.
Okay.
Tilbury in London.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there, what did you do? You offloaded?
Yeah. In Tilbury, you offload the cocoa bags. I think we loaded mainly cocoa bags.
So you offloaded everything?
We offloaded them. And then from there, we loaded again.
Okay, what did you load?
Just general cargo mixed up. Then in those days, cartons, things you don't even know. You don't know what is inside them. Only the chief officer knows. All your own participation is to ensure that these things are also loaded safely.
Okay.
Of course, you don't have much. You just be following the scene to the following the officer in charge, and who of course reports to the chief officer. The officer comes around. He's overseeing everybody.
Yeah.
Then they begin to teach you how to read the marks, the draft marks of the vessel in the morning. In the morning, the officer who is on duty will make sure he goes with you. Say, you see the level of the water? This is how you read it. Blah, 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 blah. And if you do well, within that voyage, you should be able to be reading the draft marks.
Okay.
And the draft marks will be telling you, is the vessel laden or is it light? Okay. And so you begin to feel that you are becoming a mariner. Okay. You understand? It was interesting because you are living a life that you've never lived before.
And from Tilbury, where did you go?
From Tilbury, I think we crossed over to Rotterdam and loaded. Okay. Rotterdam, loaded in Rotterdam, loaded in Hamburg, and then back to Nigeria.
Did you take note of what you loaded?
Again,
you didn't know. These are cartons. So.
Then there wasn't containerization
had not started.
Yeah. General cargo.
Yeah. Mainly
cartons. Sometimes you may suspect that this may be some are in bales. Okay. You might suspect them. Yeah. They could be clothing materials. Okay. Never know. But yours is just to join and see that this thing is loaded very well. Okay. And then, But the chief officer is the one who actually knew exactly what was
I know.
The RBs of lading.
I know that.
And even the officer in charge with you then might not know much of what is on board. Okay.
So your work, let us reduce your schedule from hours. Yeah. You say your meal is 7:30. Is it?
Yes. On board the ship, I think.
What time do you wake up in the morning?
As early as 6 o'clock.
Okay. What do you do when you wake up?
When you wake up early in the morning, you quickly have your shower, bath, put on your cover.
Yes.
You'll be lucky. Let the officer of duty not come to wake you. He will be more pleased for you to say, okay, sir, I'm around.
So if he comes to wake you, that's minus.
That's minus for you. It means that.
And what will it? Is there any?
No, but he will tell you that this is not what that you must learn. Then you can buy yourself an alarm, a clock alarm. Yeah. That the people who did night, we should be taking over from them by 7 in the morning.
By 7 in the morning. Okay.
So you must get ready.
Yeah.
Before 7. Okay. Because you have to. Those who did night will now be handing over to your officer.
Did you at any point in time, what was I going to say? I was going to ask from you if you overslept on any occasion and had to come into trouble with anybody because of that. In the early days.
I think they were so nice that you find that the duty officer always tries to show that leadership move, and he will just come to your cabin.
Okay. All right, fine. Okay, fine. I get your point.
Yeah.
So you are up. Nice. Yeah. You are up. You are dressed by 7:30. You took over.
Yeah.
And then, what was your schedule like? What were you supposed to be doing?
You just follow him, because what they were doing, there are 3 officers. You have the second officer, You have a third officer.
Okay.
You might have a very senior cadet. He doesn't have any certification, but they are called fourth officers.
Okay.
These fourth officers may be people maybe after about 2 years, on board the ship.
Yeah.
So you find these three officers. Chief officer is all round.
Yeah.
But then depending on what is happening on the ship, he doesn't take a schedule himself. He just oversees everybody, and then he goes sleeping with one eye open, and then so you find that the officers will run. They will say this person starts from 7 in the morning, and then if they are loading, depending. But however, whether you are loading or not, there is an officer scheduled for every time. And what I mean is that any time of the day, then there's an officer covering that time.
Okay.
Whether we are loading or not loading. So he will be responsible, accounting to the chief officer.
For everything.
Yeah. So you can have an officer if they are doing 8 hours, for instance. You can work. Somebody working from 7 o'clock, another 8 hours, another one takes over from you, another one takes over like that. So
what was your morning meals like?
Just normal breakfast, continental breakfast, and sometimes Nigerian breakfast.
What does it contain?
Eggs, normal continental. The food was nice on board those days.
Can you describe it? It's an egg,
bacon, Quaker oats, cereals,
This continental.
Yeah, and then you have a bit of pap, which is Nigerian meal.
Okay, so because I was going to ask, is there no Nigerian food like plantain, yam?
Oh, yes, plantain, yeah.
Oh, I wanted you to describe.
Plantain,
what does it?
Fried plantain, fried yam. Yeah, for morning breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah. Mainly fried plantain, fried yam, then egg, different types of egg, boiled egg, poached egg, omelette.
Is it buffet or is already plated?
No. You have the stewards coming to serve.
Okay, the stewards will come and serve.
You make your order. The steward goes, get your order and serve.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
For everybody?
For officers. But for the ratings, the ratings just they have their eating place, but it's like they arrive and just demand for what they want, and the thing will just come down depending on the vessel. If you have a kind of arrangement in such a way that the chief cook has somebody listening, and then you say, I want omelette or boiled egg, they will just dish it and drop it from the galley has a pantry. There's a pantry where you can communicate from the ratings eating place to the pantry upstairs. There's a steward there.
Yeah.
You come, Quaker oats, you will dish it, put it on, and this thing has an electrical, some are hydraulic, some are electrical.
Okay.
Or you come from the rating comes, put his place, go, yes, what do you want? They'll mention it, they will dish it, send it down to him.
Okay.
Whereas the officers will go sit down in the officers' mess and be served. And the cadets were treated the same as officers.
I see. Yeah. All right. I think we have spent quite a lot of time on how the doing, and I think we can go to question number. We have talked about voyages from Lagos to Liverpool and back, sailings. How do you spend your time at sea?
Because again,
Your free time.
your free time at sea is again as a cadet. Let me just say, as a cadet, the chief officer will schedule you people. And what I mean is the training is such that as a cadet you are exposed to the vessel,
Yes.
parts of the vessel, dangerous areas. Safety is important. Of course, they'll be taking you around and then also make you hands on deck how you can work as a cadet before you become a watchkeeping officer attached to the watchkeeping officers. Yeah. First of all, the chief officer will try to almost leave you at home because of the road. The chief officer will place the cadets training. You don't really, not immediately you come on board the vessel when you start becoming a watch officer. You work with the ratings. In fact, you will be attached to the post so that you go on deck, understand the deck, learn the ropes, how to tie the ropes, how to moor a vessel, all the nitty-gritties that will happen on deck, how to cheat, how to bait, how to scrape. That's a cadet.
Okay.
But as you are growing, doing better and better, you can maybe on the second year or third year be attached to a watchkeeping officer.
Okay.
Watchkeeping officer means that watchkeeping on board the vessel is midnight to 4 o'clock. That's the second officer's watchkeeping. 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. That's third mates. No, 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock is chief officers. Then 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock is the third officer. These are the three watches you keep. That is kept on. And then you say, what do you do when your free time? For a cadet, your free time, there's virtually no moment you say it's your free time because you're supposed to be learning. Yeah? But then you have lunch, breakfast time, lunch time, and dinner time. If you're not on watch then as a cadet, then after dinner you are free. Then in your cabin, you can read your books, you can go to the lounge, you can recreate, socialize with other officers who are not on duty.
Yes.
But as an officer, depending on the watch you're keeping, your free time could be when you have kept your watch and you are out. Then you can use it for anything you want, either to read, you don't understand? Or if you want to recreate on the vessels that have swimming pool, you can go to swimming pool. Games room, you can go, table tennis.
What are some of the ships you sailed on? Do you know the names?
Yeah. Ethiopia, Majidu, Mada, at one time, Magic.
Okay.
Magic.
When did you become a captain, sir?
1990.
1990. Okay. Were you based in Liverpool at all?
I studied in Liverpool. A little bit. My main study towns were Cardiff and London.
Okay.
But I think I finished up my master after I had done my readings in Newcastle. I wanted to relax with colleagues. So for my aura, the one I wanted to defend, I just packed up and came to stay.
What was your first experiences of Liverpool like? Or life abroad, what was it like?
It was interesting.
Any culture shock?
No. It was interesting. Again, we had a lot of our colleagues those your senior, those below you coming. And National Shipping Line was so generous that even when we were studying, during holidays, they bring you to Liverpool, put you in one of those either mission to seamen houses, and then you stay there. From there, you see your colleagues and things. It was interesting.
Where were your family based? Was it?
When I got married, I then took my wife to Cardiff.
Cardiff.
My family, when I had family, we were based in Cardiff.
Yeah, so your family was in Cardiff. And in between trips, you go and see them. How long did it used to take? In between trips? 2 months, 3 months?
About 2 months.
Okay. What were your promotions and career development like?
It was good. I think the company, honestly, things were planned for each one of you, depending on your efforts in making the exams.
Did you fail any exams?
Masters.
You failed masters?
Masters, the first one.
Yeah.
The first exam was I had a general.
Okay.
And then the second one, I got it. But then I refused to stay in South Shoes to do the orals.
Okay.
Because a lot of my friends were in Liverpool.
Okay.
I decided to leave South Shoes and come down to Liverpool and hang around with friends. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, you know NNSL collapsed.
Yeah.
Along the storyline from when it was good to when it collapsed, what can you say? How would you attribute the reasons?
Mismanagement.
Okay.
Mismanagement in terms of not managing the company as if it were yours.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because later on, I could now see wastages.
Okay.
Do you understand? Accountability was not there.
Do you think that the workers of NNSL were to blame in any way at all? Is there any blame for the workers?
I wouldn't blame the workers.
Even for crew trading?
Okay, you mean for crew, what you might call crew trading? Yeah, well, the thing is, how did it all come about? Crew trading, I would think that thing came about by the reason that there was a time staff were not even receiving salaries. The one they were supposed to get in Europe and the one sometimes, and it was somehow off. Do you understand? And then the economy of the country at that time.
Okay.
The economy of the country.
Okay. So that's how you attribute
That's
that.
I look at. I'm not like I said, poor management, top management.
Yeah, sure.
But what I mean there, getting of cargo for the vessels. I mean, because you wouldn't be noticing this until you come up to chief mate's position, master's position, because you'll be in a port, and then you see that a cargo that your company should have gotten for you, you see it going into another shipping company's vessel.
Do you have any example?
It's difficult to say how.
Okay.
No, I
Is
don't
it
have
good?
the example of that.
Okay. Do you have any challenges? Would you say you had any challenges in your seafaring career? No.
Challenges were always there, but you will go through them and.
Okay. How did you cope with life after seafaring?
After seafaring, how did I cope with that? One thing that seafaring does for you is it makes you a hard worker.
Okay.
And it makes you to you see walking ashore as a joke.
Okay.
Because at sea, there are many times you are working without anybody supervising.
Okay.
And then you see dangers, you take decision.
Okay. When did you leave NNSL?
Just the same time the company went up.
Okay, that's fine. And what have you been doing since then?
I left National, where we all left, and then I joined a private company, Aero Maritime.
Aero Maritime. Bravo.
I was on the Aero Maritime side.
Okay.
I was the operations manager here in Lagos and in Port Harcourt.
Okay.
And after that, while I was in Port Harcourt, I got a job with Shell.
Shell, okay. As what?
I became the middle management marine officer.
Marine officer, okay.
But then I left as head of marine.
You left at head of marine? Okay. What year was that?
I retired 2015.
Okay, that's just fairly recently. Yeah. Okay. So, in your careers, did you keep anything like flags, any mementos to remember your time?
There are many miles.
Yeah, okay. So,
especially working with Shell. In NNSL, there wasn't all this. They weren't that kind of keeping momentum because they were not there.
Okay.
But if you work for a company like Shell, at a time when they are judged that you've done very well, so I have been. But NSL was a very good training place.
Yes.
Working.
Okay.
And officers were good.
Okay.
Captains were good.
Okay.
You understand? It's just that we felt that the company shouldn't have gone down.
Okay.
If there was good accountability of the running of the business.
Okay. I understand. Captain, thank you very much. Thanks a lot.